Hi everyone. In this video, I am just responding to a question posted on Reddit a day ago by a guy named NFanK. And the question is noob question, which move slash plan and why for white? Now, I'm going to warn you guys, I have not looked at this position at all. I just looked at it for a second, it looked interesting. And so now I just wanted to kind of give my very quick, unbiased advice, and you can hear me doing it in real time. So first thing, I mean, f6 kind of stands out in g6. Basically, it looks like we should be attacking the king. And it also looks like our attack is faster than black's. I don't see any great way for them to proceed with their attack. Whereas for us, we have plenty of moves like f6 and g6. Some safety kind of move would be king b1, but I actually don't see any real reason to do that. The reason I say is because someday bishop f4 could be annoying because of the pin on our queen and king, but I think that's a little too safe. So, I mean, f6 is kind of like, it looks strong. It looks really strong. Basically, what we just want to do here is open up the king's position and then an attack. So, f6 and both g6, just throwing pawns at the black's king's pawn cover seems very logical. Like, and now we're threatening to just start taking and go g6, and the idea is just remove these pawns, get our two rooks on the open file, and just rain down havoc on the king. For some reason, f6 seems more natural to me than g6 because it opens up the bishop. I suck at making a diagonal. There we go. So I'm sure g6 is also pretty good. However, if they take and then something like h6, maybe they can create a little bit of a blockade. Or perhaps even h6 immediately, if pawn takes, queen takes. So I don't really like g6 very much. Therefore, f6 seems good. If they go if they respond with g6, we just take and we have this open line for a rook, which is going to be pretty scary. I mean, maybe they can play this move, but I don't know. I mean, maybe now like king to b1, followed by like rook h6, followed by rook h1. When our rook is on h6, we have ideas of bishop takes g6. It doesn't matter. We don't have to calculate this all to mate. All we have to do is kind of figure out that there's nothing else that makes more sense than f6, because we're starting to open the lines around the king. We're opening up our bishop. We're planning to take and maybe push the g-pawn. And we would just love to get rid of all these pawns in front of... We could get rid of all three of our pawns and get rid of all of black's pawns as well. So f6 just stands out by a mile to me. I'm going to go look at what other people responded with on Reddit. And almost everybody is saying f6. One person said my first instinct as a 1600 is g6, which I mentioned earlier is not quite as good because black can blockade, and when they blockade, we don't open the file. Whereas in this case, when they try to like close the position, we take and we get an open file for our rook. So let me see what else people are saying. I'm just reading. Yeah, I mean, people are saying f6 is pretty much very strong, and it's true. So after f6, black's in trouble. We can even turn on Houdini now just to double check it, but I'm pretty certain f6 is going to be the move. And as you see, it thinks white is much better. Let me actually have two lines going at once. Yeah, and f6 like by far is the best move, whereas after g6, black can lock it up. My Houdini is being very slow, like it always does when I don't know, just sometimes it's slow, so it can't really analyze in real time. But f6, these kind of moves are very natural. You want to open lines against the king, super, super important, and you don't want to let them lock it up. So that's all. Thanks everyone for watching. I will see you next time. And I hope that this explained it well enough. I mean, I didn't analyze moves like pawn takes pawn, but it was okay. I mean, all of our pieces are coming into the game now. It's going to be a total disaster. And if we get to just take here, if somebody actually gave a line, they wrote queen f2. Somehow I would play. I don't know. I feel like I would not do that, but I'm sure it's fine. I mean, we just have a very strong attack. Queen f2 with ideas of queen f5, maybe. That does make some sense. I mean, g6 take, probably would go f takes, and then maybe queen h3 with the idea of bishop takes g6. Looks pretty strong. So, oh, actually, no, this should be alright. I mean, bishop f4 check, bishop g6. I assume that this is really good for us. But yeah, the key move is f6. If your instinct is g6, you're not completely thinking about the position correctly, because you just cannot let black lock it up. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.